Good afternoon. It's Sunday, the 19th of April. Had a nice dry morning, clear blue skies. And it's still reasonably sunny. It's a little bit warmer, I think it's about 12 Celsius. But it's a bit cloudy. But I don't think we're going to get any showers. Forecast is good for the next 2 days. So we're getting an early bit of summer. Well, summer for us anyway. Which is a nice start. Milo has just come back with his mum. I expected more people to be out. But it seems fairly deserted. I think there's some big match on actually. Corker playing something or other. It's a GAA thing, I don't know whether it's football or hurling. I don't even know where it is to be honest, but they get behind a club when they're progressing in whatever tournament they're at. So they all put the flags in the windows and head off. Unfortunately, I don't understand it, so I don't follow it. And having said there's nobody about, somebody walks in. A mummy and a child. Hopefully nobody else comes running. Right, past the lady and her child, so we get the camera out again. Still not much sign of life. Hopefully it's the same when we get over the river. Jolly good, no sign of anything over here. No sign of dog poo, which is always a bonus. No sign of runners, no sign of joggers, no sign of walkers, no sign of dogs. No sign of ducks and no sign of Mr. Heron. Come on, come on folks, come on, can't dilly-dally. We're late enough, it's about 3:30. Come on. We have to get back for our own premiere. I like how they bark at themselves when they hear themselves barking. They don't seem to recognise each other. And I'm convinced that Sky looks at the television and thinks it's a window, because whenever she sees anything on the television, she flies outside to get it. I've got an advert at the moment that has a tiger going across. I don't know what the advert's about, but hell's bells. It sends all three of them into a tizzy, screeching the place down. When you see the advert start, if you just see the tiger rush to the remote control to change channel, I hope they haven't noticed, but they always seem to. I don't know whether you have the same problem in your house. It's the same when the doorbell, the video doorbell goes off, all the cameras pick up somebody walking up the drive. They know what it means. Unfortunately, it sounds the same when it announces Amazon are making a delivery. They just recognise the tone and go into a tizzy. I was watching the daily politics show while we're having dinner. We're getting ready for dinner. You'd swear we're living in a different country to what the state media reports on. There's no mention of the riots by our new visitors in the €180 million hotel that was bought specially for them. And lots of mention about locking up farmers for protesting about the price of energy. All the lorries and tractors and cars and motorbikes that were part of the protest were all given parking tickets. And yet when it's our new visitors rioting, nothing to see here. Nothing to see. If you notice where they come from, obviously you're a racist, a right-wing bigot. That's how it is. We pay the taxes so they can live in 5-star hotels that our taxes have bought. And then we also lose the amenity of the hotel. Policing in this country by the Gardaí is done by the consent of the people, or with the consent of the people. They're gradually burning bridges. There are lots of people saying they wouldn't report anything to them and wouldn't help them in any way, shape or form. That's something the government has got to address. Can't go on like that with a distrusted police force. Looks like East Germany. I'm going to have to post some pictures of the doggies out and about, because everybody, well not everybody, but two people particularly keep asking, do they ever go out? Do we ever take their collars off? Well, one thing in this country, dogs must have collars on. It's against the law not to have collars on. If you got a visit and they haven't got one, you would be in trouble. They also have to be microchipped. So if anything happened, they can scan the microchip. You have to have a license to have a dog, which is renewed every year. Well, there's two walkers coming around behind us, and she's gone down again. Come on, not going down again. Looks like somebody, granddad and his granddaughter. I hope it's not his wife, after I've said that. Well, this is the big change from the previous days. Yesterday was a lot nicer, but a bit chilly. Today there's actually some warmth in the air. We'll actually get some vitamin D. And it's very welcome. I was hoping they'd go through the long grass, but they didn't. I should have gone through the long grass again myself, so we can get a few yards between us. Sandy's gone for another roly-poly. You tell me. Maybe they're just co-workers? I don't know. I wouldn't think they're working at the radio station. Oh, she's gone down again. The grass is really taking off around here. Not the usual place to go down for a drink. Gives you some idea how much warmer it is than normal. Sandy, stop eating grass. Oh, you got up, well done. Oh dear. An old fella just got out of his car with a little white dog. At least it's on a lead and he's coming towards us. It's a fella that we used to bump into with Wally when his dog was young. Now it's not so young. We went down into the river out of his way so he could get past without any hassle. These two were spraying water everywhere, trying to get back up. He's a nice fellow with a lovely dog, and you can't stay and have a chat. We're back. Came across those two walkers again. I was hoping they'd cleared off. Not to be. There's a dog walker in the distance. Hopefully he doesn't come towards us. Hopefully he goes into the next field. I'll just hang around a little bit, see where he goes, and if he comes straight across we can turn round. He's gone into the other field, that's fine, we can carry on. A couple of bunny rabbits hopping around behind me, they didn't spot either of them. The noses are too far buried into the grass. The only thing they will see is their paws. This is what spring days are all about. Hardly any wind, just a gentle little breeze and nice sunshine. With dogs being dogs, doing what dogs do best, sniffing to their heart's content. There's definitely no AI in our videos. We don't have the rain, we don't have the sun. It's all natural. What the camera sees is what you get. Sandy's having another roly-poly. At least the grass is dry-ish. And she's not in any mud, so she's free to do what she likes. The breeze has got up a little bit, which is nice because I've got a hoodie on and I don't really need it. I just need the pockets so I can keep putting the camera away. She likes to sniff along here. I think every other dog must stop for a tiddle around this spot. Come on. Groundsman's here anyway because the gates are open. Can't see any signs of him. Maybe they had a game on this morning or something. In the first muddy hole we just passed, and I don't think there's any in the second. Nope, just soft mud. A couple of days of weather like this, and it'll be a whole different place. And whether you can see the blue sky. Big improvement on what we've had. If you can hear a squeak, it's my wellies. Come on. Come on, Sandy. Come on, Sandy. Come on. I'm going to go around the other side of the post. I've got Sandy one side and Sky the other. Now they're both in shot together. I turned around, went into the other field for a few minutes, and the lady with the black dog turned round anyway, so I needn't have bothered. She must have met us before. Or read the tea leaves before she came out. By the way, I record these videos on a DJI Action 6, and I see they're not, you can't buy them in America. Strange. Can't buy the best camera on the market. And the DJI Action 4 or Pocket 4 has just been released, and you can't buy that either. I don't know what's going on, but I've heard a lot of people on YouTube complaining. I also have a DJI drone, a DJI Pocket 2 and the DJI Pocket 3. And if I knew I was going to get good weather like this, then I'd bring out the Pocket 3. The only reason I bring this one out is because the Pocket 3 isn't waterproof and it never stops raining. But maybe tomorrow I might give consideration to bringing out the other camera. The other good thing with these cameras is you don't have to do anything other than have it on the standard settings, automatic. It does the job for what I want. I've seen some people waffling on about LUTs and whatever they are, and colour correction. The last fellow I saw with his Pocket 4, he looked like Donald Trump in what he was suggesting was a natural colour. He looked bright orange. Unless you've been in Australia for a month in the middle of summer, it's not the most natural look in the world. Although I must say, when it is sunny I tan very well, or very easily, and I don't go orange, I go brown. Sandy's still pulling like a mad one. And she's off again. I don't know what time the match is today. There's still not much sign of activity. Right, we're back. A bit of a rest from having the camera out. We did a few circles of the small field just because there's too many people about. just kept cropping up at the wrong moment. The most famous lamppost. That's the one they always want to stop and examine. I think that must be where all the dogs have a tiddle when they first come into the premises when the gates are open. Come on, Sky! This puddle that we've just gone by is just wet mud. Oh, bless her. She went round it still. Keep herself nice and clean. Good girl. Who's a good girl? Come on, let's go home. Come on. It's better Sandy to get her to look at the camera. Otherwise she just ignores it. Especially when you push it in her face. And we've just gone past the last of the puddles, coming up to what was the last puddle now. And I do believe it too is dry. It is. Just a bit of damp mud. A couple of days of this, it'll be bone dry. We're definitely going to get back without getting wet. All the clouds are very high. And what ones are there? Are wispy little puffy things. I don't know whether you can see the contrails. We haven't seen those for ages. There's been too much cloud. Those are usually flights going to places like Canada, Brazil, Mexico, and still flights going to America, of course. Just got far fewer people on them. So many people now don't want to risk being held up at immigration in the United States. Which is why the World Cup looks like being a disaster for hotels. We're expecting hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people to travel, but that's not going to happen. I would imagine a good few British travellers will still go. I think British travellers are the only ones that have actually increased in numbers over the last 12 months. But the rest of Europe is substantially down. In fairness though, British football supporters would travel to North Korea if they staged it. It wouldn't stop them. And even when they're banned from stadiums, they still turn up somehow. Take over towns and cities. Used to travelling, not just for football, but for cricket. Go to the Caribbean, Australia, New Zealand, India, Pakistan, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Sri Lanka. Have I missed anyone? Come on folks! And we don't just travel in light numbers. I've been at the MCG in Australia when we outnumbered the Australians, and that place holds close on 100,000. We always seem to get tickets. I used to use my auntie's address in Sydney to get tickets to the SCG and the MCG. Come on. The thing about cricket, they don't really segregate the crowds in the same way as they do football. Although there's a couple of stands at the SCG where when they've had a shed load of booze, you wouldn't want to own up to being English. You're able to get beer chucked at you. Certainly were back in the old days, not so much now. The fun police are very strict in Australia. You can't even have an inflatable ball anymore. The fun police come and pop it. Well, we're on the way back now anyway, so another quarter of an hour or so, we should be home and dry. In time for a cup of tea and then watch the Terriers on the telly. This is great. There's nobody in this field either. I would say the game, whatever it is, has definitely kept people indoors or at the match. Even the students that are usually running around aren't about. Sometimes they just go to town as well and congregate around the pubs, have a few beers and watch the game in town. I've come back many times, got off the train or the bus from the airport when there's been a match on, and it's all red and white around the city. That's the court colours, in case you didn't know. A plane coming into land. Looks like Aer Lingus, so it's got a green front. No, it isn't. It's got a blue front. KLM. That must be the Paris flight. Comes in around about this time every day. That goes to the proper airport as well. Not the one Ryanair go to, where you need to get a train or a bus that takes longer than the actual flight. Come on, Sky. There's nothing there, you've just seen a bird. And you've about as much chance of catching that as I have the next Apollo mission to the moon. Come on. And this is the umpteenth roly-poly. Come on, let's go, let's go. Come on, Sandy. Go on, let's go. Come on. No, Sandy, come on. Come on, we need to go. Come on. Sandy, come here. No. No more rollies. Come on. Sandy. Come on. No. No. No, 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 no. Come on. Sandy, come on. Come on. Now we've got Sky slowing us down as well. Come up, good girl. Come on. I'll just feel if she's dry. Sky's actually bone dry, so I'm going to carry her over the water. And she'll stay dry, she can have a drink when she gets home out of her bowl. Sky actually hasn't had a single roly-poly for ages. She only normally does them in the long grass. But she's not done any yet this year, that I can remember. She probably has. We had a dry spell of about a week, about a month and a half ago. She may have done some then, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Right, I'm going to put the camera away and pick her up, otherwise she'll be in the water before I say whatever. Activity on this side. Obviously, like me, foreigners. No interest in the Irish sports. Otherwise, they'd be at home watching the telly, or in the pub watching the telly, or at the match itself. Because there's not another living soul. Just one elderly couple and a couple of dog walkers. Probably had to go out because the dogs were demanding. Alright, we're going to say goodbye and say thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you again tomorrow. With even nicer weather.